heard anybody that's been saved by the grace of God ever say, I wish I hadn't have done it. But they'll say, I wish I'd have done it a long time ago. And why don't other people get saved? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you, time is running out on us down here. Every day that you and I live, every second that you and I breathe in and out down here, we need to give praises unto God. We need to lift His Son up. Listen, we need to thank Him for the breath goes in and out of our lungs. We need to thank Him for our families. We need to thank Him for everything He does for us. But most of all, we need to thank Him for saving our souls and writing our names down in that book of life up there in heaven. And someday He's going to change this vile body unto a glorified body. And He's still able to save tonight. He's still able to heal tonight. He still goes in the hospitals. He still goes into jails. He still goes, listen, He still goes into these places. He sets people free. And let me tell you, when the Son of God sets you free, the Bible said, when He makes you free, you're free indeed. But Zacchaeus, the Bible said, he wanted to see this man called Jesus. No doubt, he'd heard about that little sickly woman going down there and touching the hem of His garment. And no doubt, Brother Jonathan, he'd heard all the stories about Jesus, about giving sight to the blind. And he said, I want to go see this man that gives sight to the blind. I want to go see this man that little sickly woman touched and she was immediately healed. I want to see who this man is. The Bible said he run down and he climbed up in a sycamore tree, and Jesus went down through her and went straight to that tree. And he looked up and seen the sinner boy. You know, Brother Jonathan, that's the only place in this Bible that I've ever seen that Jesus looked up up in the air and seen a sinner. He looked up there and he said, Zacchaeus. He said, make haste. Come out of that tree. He said, because today I must abide at your house. You know, if you're out there tonight and you're lost, you got to make it up in your mind that you're lost. You got to admit that you're lost before you can ever be saved. You got to admit that you need Jesus Christ, just like that little sickly woman. Listen, she was sick for 12 years. I mean, and every doctor she went to, she grew worse and worse and worse. But when she made it up in her mind and she touched the hem of Jesus' garment, she was made whole right then and there, brother. And I tell you what, she didn't have to spend a dime. Listen, Jesus Christ didn't charge her nothing, but the faith of that woman healed her, because Jesus told her, your faith has made you whole. And listen, let me tell you something. When Zacchaeus went down there that day, no doubt he didn't have no intentions of the Son of God coming to that tree and hollering His name out. No doubt some of the religious people there, and we've got them today, but some of the religious people, no doubt, said, well, there's Zacchaeus, he's a crook, he's a tax collector, and he's a crook, and God wants you to strike him dead. That's how we are. But the Son of God didn't come to strike us dead. He come to seek and save them that was lost. Listen, in John 3:17, He said, for God sent His Son into the world not to condemn it, but through Him it might be saved. He didn't send His Son down here to condemn us. He sent Him down here to save us. He didn't come down here to condemn Zacchaeus, but He came to save him. He seen Zacchaeus had a need, and He went to him and He said, Zacchaeus, you come out of that tree today. I must abide at your house. And no doubt, when Zacchaeus made haste, and when he come down now that tree, no doubt he fell down, and no doubt, and he worshiped the one and true God. And when he got up and when he started out through there, listen, no doubt he felt so much better, because Jesus never told him nothing about his life. But listen, he said, listen, half of my goods right now, Lord, I'm going to go and give to the poor. And if I've wronged anybody, I'm going to give them 4 times as much back. Listen, Jesus never told him what he needed to do, but his heart was changed that day. His heart was changed. And let me tell you, when your heart gets changed, listen, the people that you've done wrong, you'll want to do right. Amen. He said, listen, whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, whose glory is in their shame, who minds earthly things. Listen, the things of this earth is robbing us of blessings. The things of this earth is robbing people of salvation, because they're out there, listen, they're out there worried about the worldly things instead of the heavenly things. Because the same writer in the next book over, he said, listen, he said, if you be risen in Christ, he said, set your mind on things in heaven where Jesus is sitting on the right hand of the Father. And listen, get your minds off of these earthly things. He told them in in Philippians that, and he told the people in Colossians to get their minds off these earthly things and get their minds set on heavenly things. Listen, I got my mind set on heavenly things tonight. Someday he's going to call me out. Someday I'm going to get to meet him face to face, and someday I'm going to get to kneel down and just put my crown down there and say, Lord, thank you for saving me. Thank you for letting me come to this beautiful heaven that you went away to prepare for me a long, long time ago. But let me tell you something. The reason that we can't see people in church anymore because they're not seeing enough of Jesus in the ones that says they're Christians anymore. We need to be a better light. We need to be a better witness. We need to be out in this lost and dying world. The Bible said go out in the hedges and highways and compel them to come in. Let me tell you something. We're working on it as hard as we possibly can at Morgan Branch Baptist Church, and every time that we gather out, we want to see people saved. And every time we kneel at the altar, not only Morgan Branch, but we lift all denominations, we lift all churches up that's working for this one and true living God. And if we'll all get together and we'll all come together in unity, all denominations come together in unity, listen, it'll be unreal at the churches out there, how strong they would get in faith, how strong they'd get in spirit. And let me tell you something, the lost people wouldn't be able to sit around us because there'd be so much conviction power in the house of the Lord that they wouldn't be able to sit around us. Well, listen, he said, I press towards the mark.